Today is Wednesday, March 15th. It is 5:18 a.m. and I am a pregnant African American woman in Houston, Texas. I just woke up right here and I remember there was something happening in the spirit, and I remember seeing Austin Metter with me. He is a white male who I am pregnant by. So I'm lying down here, pregnant on this couch, and I had a dream just now. I remember it seemed like I was in the back seat of a vehicle, and there was a white woman, and someone was in the front seat with her, I believe. And Austin Metter was in the back seat with me, and the white woman was giving me food. So she had reached back into the back seat, and I think she had given me some food, or she was taking me to where I could go and ask to get food. Something happened where we looked at Austin Metter, and he had showed a $20 bill in his hand, like folded up in his hand, and he handed it to me to give to this white woman in the front seat. Like, I guess, he felt like, well, if she helping you, like, why don't you give her this money? Like, give her this $20 bill. And the Holy Spirit made me look back at him, and the look that I gave him, and his eyes got big, the look that I gave him was like, why are you giving her the $20 instead of just giving it to me? And so I don't know if I asked him to give me the $20, but I was like, oh, you gonna give it to her because she's white? Because when I tried to get him to give me the 20, because I was like, hold up, or something like that. Like, she want to give me some food. I am pregnant by Austin Metter. So I'm like, if she want to give me some food or whatever, then let her give me some food. But, I'll keep the 20. Hold up. Because there's no point in you giving her the money. And then, so when he tried to, when I tried to get him to give me the money, he like wouldn't give it to me. He put it like back in his pocket or whatever. And the Holy Spirit was like, oh, you gonna give it to, the Holy Spirit made me say, oh, you gonna give it to her because she's a white woman, because she's white. And then I told him, I said, well, get the fuck out. And we went to a Walmart, and he like ran and disappeared, and it's his baby. So I have to go to a Walmart today and ask them for food and tell them that I'm homeless. I'm sleeping on somebody's couch, but he really, like, he fed me, he let me cook some chicken, but it was the last pack of chicken that was here. So, like, I try to I keep my own food. I try to keep my own food when I'm here, like, since he's letting me be here, he knows that I'm homeless and pregnant. And him and his girlfriend, they know that I'm pregnant here. And so I had ate a piece of chicken. I ate 3 tacos yesterday. And then I ate a piece of chicken and like some macaroni and a few chili beans last night. And that made me feel like that was holding me over until breakfast. But there's not anything really to eat in here. So I will have to wait until like the afternoon or something until I can go out and try to get see if people will help us to have food, because I am homeless and I'm in someone else's home and there's not that much food here. So last night I was like, feeling the baby moving, and as soon as I started eating the food, like, so I was laying down like this. I woke up like this yesterday morning, and as soon as I woke up, like, I just felt starvation. I just felt starved, and I could feel the baby moving in me, and like it felt like I started feeling pain, like the baby hands and stuff. Getting a little frustrated with me because I was hungry, and so I did eventually get up. I felt weak. I did eventually get up, and I walked to the taco truck, and I like spent my last money on some tacos at the taco truck. I had got uh, 2 chicken tacos and a beef taco, and then that held me over, and I started cooking that chicken. But that was his stuff, so I had to save some stuff for him and his girlfriend. But he didn't mind me cooking it or whatever. They told me they don't mind if I cook it, and so then like towards the evening, I was laying right here again, and I started I started getting hungry again, but it was something different. Oh, so when I started eating the chicken, because I cooked the chicken, but I had let the man, get some, and then I put the rest in the refrigerator. I was like, I'm not really hungry right now. I'm going to eat it later. So I waited, and I could feel my body like, go ahead and eat and stuff. And I could feel the baby getting a little uncomfortable. And then so I started eating the chicken, and I made some barbecue chicken and some chili with some mac and cheese. And when I started eating the chicken, like the baby just started, like acting like real excited, in my belly. And it just started moving around and hitting me. And I was like, oh, it was really sad because it kept doing it, like, because sometimes I'll eat some of my food and I'll put it back up. And I know that, I need to eat more because of my pregnancy. And so this time I was like, okay, baby, I'm going to eat all of my food. I'm going to eat all of it. And I ate all of it, and then the baby was moving around. I could feel it moving, and I felt weird because my stomach is really small, like abnormally small for how long I've been carrying it. People didn't think that the baby was going to make it. And so I put my hand on my stomach, and I just felt the baby just moving around under my hand so good. And I'm so small, so it freaked me out a little bit. And I was like, I just trust my God, and, they see me getting up off the couch and have to help me get up and stuff, and so I went to sleep. I cried myself to sleep, about some things going on in my love life, and so while I was asleep, I didn't expect to see my baby daddy, Austin Metter, and I'm glad that I did see him because Austin Metter is letting people lie and say that I'm not pregnant by him, and that's where the abuse is escalating on my pregnancy. I had um, a food stamp card, and there's supposed to be $200 on there, but I lost my wallet on the bus with my ID. And so I don't know if I was to go to the food stamp office, if they would replace it without me having my driver's license. So I don't know. It's just so much going on. So now I'm starting to feel like some hunger, and I can feel the baby moving now. But he has been lying and saying that I'm not pregnant. And he's been saying it for a while. And his mom, and they had hospitals lying and refusing me ultrasounds and abusing my baby and me. And so for me to see the father in the dream, Austin Metter, I am pregnant, but I have a multi-million-dollar lawsuit about the pregnancy, and God said that I'm going to receive a multi-million-dollar settlement. They had the St. Louis Hospital, Conroe Regional, Baytown Hospitals, in Baytown, Texas. There was a clinic in Anahuac, Texas, and Ben Taub Hospital. They all told me that I was not pregnant after I had hurt Austin Metter in self-defense. And then they refused to do an ultrasound because I told them that I had the fetal movement and that I knew that I was pregnant. And they refused at all of the hospitals. I did have a nurse do a fetal heart monitor, but when she, this was in, they had me in a jail for hurting Austin Metter in self-defense, and there was one nurse that did confirm that I was pregnant, but because of the racism here in America, they refused me medical care as a pregnant African American woman, and then they tried to abuse my pregnancy to kill the baby, but it didn't die, and it's not dead, and it's still alive, and we're off and on, we're starving. And Austin Metter had expected for everybody to successfully kill the baby and lie and say that I was not pregnant because I had hurt him in self-defense. But God have been on my side. God have been with me and the baby. He's been advocating for me in the spirit. And also, he got me released on all of the charges and told me that I'm going to receive a multi-million-dollar settlement about my pregnancy. So I went to these hospitals after I had been released on the charges for self-defense, and they refused me the medical care due to the racism. And I couldn't get the baby out by myself. I was too starved, abused, and I tried to get them to get it out, and they were telling me that I was not pregnant, and I said, yes, I am, and I was asking where they got their medical license. At Conroe Regional Hospital, the doctor, he was white, and then I asked, they were all white, except for there was at St. Luke's, there was a black nurse, and she tried to let a white man try to crush my baby in my belly inside of St. Luke's here in Houston, Texas, and I had to grab his hand and stop him. And so that's abuse, and I deserve my lawsuit. I deserve my settlement. The baby is alive, so what I'm experiencing, what's been happening since they had lied in the hospitals, or that they were refusing me shelter in the country, refusing me shelter at all of the women's shelters, or they were trying to have them mess with my body to try to cover up the pregnancy, that the baby was still alive inside of the shelter. So I knew, don't go to a shelter that's trying to violate your body while you're being denied the medical care to get that baby out, because some women need interventions in order to get a baby out. Some women, they can't dilate or give birth on their own, and sometimes a woman may need an option to abort a baby, but God has not shown me to abort despite how long I've been carrying. But it's still, it is a violation of even whatever abortion rights that I had before they passed the new abortion laws, where because they would not confirm that I was pregnant, it left me with no option to even get an abortion to get the baby out. So it forced me to walk around with the baby still alive in me, unable to give birth, and they just continue to abuse me and deny me the medical care, and they left me sleeping pregnant outside, and then they were trying to starve me, trying to make it look like I was not pregnant, trying to make the baby bump shrink down, and then they were denying me into shelter or into anyone's home here in Texas. And Austin Metter thought that that they would be able to cover up that I was pregnant. So the Lord has been with me. Like I said, the Holy Spirit has been advocating for me. God has been telling me since I was in the jail on the charges for self-defense that I would, that I had a lawsuit. He's been telling me since September of 2022 that I am going to win. And he told me at the end of 2022 that I am going to receive a settlement. So now it is March 2023, and God showed me inside of this home that I'm going to be receiving millions and millions of dollars about this pregnancy. So it was nice for me to see the father, Austin Mitter. I thought about him a little bit before I went to sleep. Like, I just thought about my son that I have with him. They said they were raping him while I was in the jail for self-defense because they said that I was black and I hurt my white baby daddy in self-defense. So they had my son and said they were out there raping him with Austin and Austin's mom, Cynthia O'Vera. And I have not seen my son since. So I've been trying to advocate for him as well. But there was racism that I experienced from Austin Mitter throughout the relationship, which is why I was glad to be able to say to him, so you were going to get a $20 to her because she is white. So if I'm having to ask people for a few dollars for food here and there, I need all of the donations I can get. So I'll go through the store and I'll ask many people, and many people will contribute to help us, and then we'll have enough money to eat for a while. So what he would have given would have been a contribution. What she would have gave would have been a contribution. It was no need for him to try to compensate her for giving me anything to eat. And that's what the Holy Spirit said: just give the $20 to your baby mama and let her keep it. And he wouldn't be, and God said it was because the lady was white, that he wanted to make it seem like she didn't have to do anything for me. Give her this money for whatever she gave you, and then let her go in Walmart and beg for money for food. And the Holy Spirit was like, that don't make no sense. Just give your baby mama the $20, so she can get some more food later on. And so he's trying to skip out. And he had someone get on my channel and post a comment under my video about me saying Austin Mitter needs to confess that they said they raped our son. And they got under the video because I told them that I'm pregnant. I had a lawsuit and everything, and I showed them my baby. It was small, and it was some woman getting under my videos. The channel was under a woman's name, and I don't know this woman, and she was like, she said, oh, well, how does it feel to have an empty belly, going around showing that empty belly? Like, for him to have somebody talking like that on my channel, and your baby mama been struggling carrying this baby and this kicking all in her belly all over social media, but just because I heard you in self-defense because you was being racist to me, you had this woman getting on my channel talking about I have an empty belly. So it's good that the Holy Spirit showed him, like, this your baby. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of you lying about it or who else lying about it, and then you wouldn't give her the money and they hungry, but you would give it to some white woman, though, just for giving her a hamburger or something. And so we don't got no food, man. And my baby daddy ain't doing shit. He just gonna lie and keep on lying. And he know the severity of how long they been abusing the baby, so he gonna keep lying. That's another reason why I want him arrested for raping my son and for trying to have him kill this baby, because I'm the one that got to walk around with the baby in me, and it's serious because they got to pay us millions of dollars about it too. So they need to arrest him. Sitting over there lying and shit and talking about his baby mama not pregnant. How fucking dare you? And then, she was like, oh, you got a little empty belly or something. And I have blocked this person off all of my channels. And I'm like, the nerve of Austin Reddit to get on a video about me telling you that you need to confess about raping our son. He said he raped him with his mom. So the fact that somebody would get under there and still be racist and nasty to this baby too, and then turn around and say, oh, well, and your stomach is empty. Like, so you expect us to starve and not get medical care so you could lie and say that my stomach was empty? God done already said I'm going to win the settlement, so stop with the bullshit for real, because I want Austin in jail right along with the settlement money, bitch. I want my baby daddy charged for assaulting me pregnant, period. And I can prove that I am pregnant. And I can prove that it's his. And there are witnesses that he was assaulting me pregnant with this baby when I was charged for self-defense. And I had to go through all that for self-defense because he wanted to hit me in my home with my little boy. So he should go to jail. That many people had to lie about his baby mama's being pregnant. By his baby mama being pregnant for that long a period of time. Of course, have to pay her out of settlement, and y'all think y'all gonna let him walk free? If anybody got to pay out a multi-million-dollar settlement because people tried to lie about your baby mama's pregnancy because you was abusing her and she hurt you in self-defense and you're white and God was on her side, got her out that jail, kept that baby alive, got her a settlement for millions of dollars, he needs to go to jail. That's too much. If y'all see these YouTube platforms with all this information that's on these platforms about this pregnancy and him raping my son, then you'll know he needs to go. Just to learn some lessons about abusing women. Because that's serious. Women carry children. Women carry children. And it is serious when you abuse women. I think my cases could show you the severity of how fucked up it can be with you hitting a female. You don't know what's going on with her body while you hit her, especially if the woman is pregnant. And you don't know how it's going to turn out after you was hitting her. And I am damn near disabled now because of the pregnancy. You don't know what kind of effects you're going to have on a woman's body while you hitting her, or the type of effects it's going to have on the baby. Because my son almost died when I gave birth to him because he was doing it while I was pregnant with him, hitting me. And then you expect everybody to lie about it. Then, you want people to lie about it and say I'm not pregnant because of you. So, yeah, I'm glad I saw him. But there was something else about my son. There was something else about a child. I believe that it was my son. And I don't know. I don't remember much. But it was something about, like, I believe the way these children love me. Like, my son loved me so much. He didn't want the father. Because I was raising him while Austin was in prison. And then this one being with me, the one I'm carrying, and I've been doing my best to keep it alive. And he was the one abusing us, and he was the one abusing the baby, like, physically. Because he was abusing me while it was in me, and I had started bleeding and stuff. And he was the one who had got gangs to try to kill this baby. And his mama tried to kill this baby. And he teamed up with my family to try to have my family involved to try to kill this baby. So, the children love me. And he was the one said he was raping my son with his mom. So my son didn't want to be with him. And this baby been with me. And this baby loves me. So I put my hand on my belly and the baby be touching me, and the baby be wanting my affection and want me to just sit and hold my belly. I see the dreams of the baby, and the affections that my children have for me as the mom, and I'm the black one. I'm the African American, but the children love me, and I'm proud of myself when I see my children love me and choose me. But the way that they trying to do it and make it seem like, oh, I'm just this horrible mother for Melbourne, so they could rape him and say I don't have custody, and then they have them saying that I am not pregnant. So I can make it last. I know God is with me because the Holy Spirit, is basically showing me, that He's with me while I'm here. So I'm not gonna be afraid to ask people to help us with food, or anything like that. I don't know, like I can try to film, see if y'all can see the baby moving. I can't turn the flash on right now in the middle of recording, so I would have to get another video rolling and then put the flash on, but I can see it moving in my stomach, but I don't know if y'all can see it because of the lighting. So this the little baby feet kicking. It's so cute, child. I love this baby. So the daddy is Austin, and he's white, and he's got some racist little ways, But I just trust in my God. I know that God is not racist. He make me stand up for myself and my children. So if he's causing me to stand up to Austin and tell him to get the fuck out the car, if he ain't gonna give me the $20, get the fuck out, then that's just it. So when y'all see me asking for money around Walmart and Austin Miller is ghost, he ain't nowhere on the scene, then y'all know what it is. He just not being a good baby daddy right now. Oh, baby. Baby, I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to see. I think he got some oatmeal in there, so I'm going to see if we can try to eat some oatmeal and some cereal or something that hold us over until the afternoon, because he went to work and I'm going to have to go out a little later and try to get us some food. I'm going to do it closer, try to get a little closer. So the main thing is like when I get hungry, like it's like right now it's okay, I can use something to eat. So I'm gonna go after I make this video, just try to eat something small, even if it's not like real food. But the main thing is when the starvation comes, like when I don't have any food, like it start to